Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Arrow. These are all superheroes that we know and love, but have they fallen into their own form of injustice? The paradigm of the fictional hero is a concept that builds on the idea that our beloved heroes have become nothing but tropes of what it means to be a hero. What is a hero? My name is Ronnie, and I hope to uncover this mystery. I am a senior here at Bellarmine University. I paid a visit to the Roll of the Die comic book store and Through the Decades card shop here in Louisville, Kentucky to find out.
Hero? Hero is somebody who takes care of people, makes sure that the good happens all the time.
Overcomes problems, issues, whatever, but is also overcoming problems or issues in a manner that is good, and what good would be defined as.
Somebody who has done something for whatever reason to be looked up to.
A hero is somebody that goes out of their way to help others.
Somebody who's really brave and they do stuff that is admirable and that people can look to for a good example.
Considered an average, ordinary person, but through their acts, they become extraordinary.
Person who rises above all else.
I don't think they stand for any sort of injustice that they perceive. So whatever the opposite of what they're passionate about.
Mostly for good morals, justice, things like that, and make sure they're always trying to do the right thing instead of doing evil things that would hurt other people in the community around them.
I think that varies depending on the hero. Some stand for justice, some stand for righteous vengeance, but as far as one singular definition, that varies depending on the hero.
Kind of what the definition is, they stand for something they believe in greater than themselves. And that may be, justice for all. It may just be to go out and be the best person you can be or to make the other people around you better.
I would say everybody has their own standpoint of what they're looking for, what they're standing for, but I would say most of them stand for justice, most of them stand for heroics, making sure that people are taken care of.
I think they have to stand for something good.
Not necessarily, but they're generally thought of as being good, yes.
That's really in the eye of the beholder, I would think, because good is what exactly is good. I mean, if they fight to put criminals in jail, and yeah, they would all fight for good.
I think good and I guess bad or evil are kind of relative terms, because I think it's kind of like a scale from black to white, and there's all kinds of gray in the middle. And so I think everybody has a little bit of good and a little bit of bad in them. It's just that heroes have a lot more good than bad.
I think that good is a way of looking at things. It's all a paradigm of how you look at things. Wolverine is a good character. He's a great hero. However, he doesn't necessarily follow all the stagnance of what Superman stands for. It's a way of looking at things. So I would say that good is a general idea. It's not a specific way of doing things.
Yes, they would have to be good, because I feel like many of the bad guys aren't going to be your best influence on some younger kid that's trying to find somebody to relate to.
Batman, as a hero, he doesn't necessarily do everything that we would consider to be good. Beating somebody up to get information normally isn't considered a right thing to do. I think anti-heroes are, in general, still heroes, more or less. They're defined differently because they hold themselves and society holds them to different standards. But again, they're still going for an overall good, an overall truth that they have fought for.
I think as long as your whole is good, you can fall into things that are not anti-hero, very similar to the Dark Knight. And I mean, many characters have been the anti-hero as well, as they have made decisions and been the right justice of right or wrong on their own, so it's very tough to distinguish.
I really actually like that, because I think that person's more relatable. I mean, it makes them human too, because we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, so holding someone else to that standard is ridiculous.
I think it definitely makes an interesting twist on the whole idea, because they take things to a whole new level, and they ultimately are trying to do good, but they are doing it in unorthodox methods.
I think the anti-hero is typically somebody who still has the drive and the want to do something to help people, but that their moral code might not necessarily be the same as everyone else's, and so they might just look at things in a different way.
Deadpool, you know, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily see as a hero off the bat, but he did fight for the right things, and that doesn't mean he was a great person in everything he did, but he still would be considered a hero in my book.
I actually really like anti-heroes because they're not bogged down by all the kind of like general stuff, damsel in distress, stuff you would see like a normal goody two-shoes like Captain America kind of hero getting bogged down by. They have one hostage, the kind of like traditional hero is kind of grabbed by the nuts there, and they can't really do much because, oh, they're going to kill the hostage. But with an anti-hero, they're like, okay, kill and maim this hostage. I don't care. I'm going to cut your freaking head off.
You know, to be honest with you, I'm a huge fan of anti-heroes. In fact, I think that Deadpool's an awesome character. And I would say that his item of justice is really good, except that it's not necessarily justice. Justice to us is one thing. Justice to him is a different thing. He's saying that justice is looking for good items, you know, doing specific good deeds is a must for him. However, justice in our point of view is completely different. Our justice is sending somebody to jail. His justice is killing somebody that is bad.